Hey, what's up, you guys? Bringing another action figure review to you, and this is the monster of the week or monster of the day, if you want to call him, from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This is Mighty Morphin King Sphinx. This is a monster that the Power Rangers fought in their first season, and um, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it. So we'll get into more of that. Got Power Rangers up there. We got King Sphinx at the side there. We got King Sphinx in the back. And Hasbro just needs to stop doing this because they're really making this. They're making themselves look bad because this is not what we got. This is not the actual figure that we got. What we got is something with less paint. Now, it's still not a bad figure per se, but this is what they should have did. And when I think about the show, I mean, I actually went back and watched Power Rangers recently, and I'm trying to think if he looked more along the lines like this. I think he did, because I don't know. My memory is just the worst. But got Hasbro down at the corner there. You got the better looking figure on the back. You got King Sphinx on the side here. That's nice. That's pretty good. And we got King Sphinx in the front. So I think it's still a good looking figure. Don't get me wrong. I just think that Hasbro could have did better. So top of the box, nothing. Bottom of the box, got, got you got the barcode there. A bunch of other words down there. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna dive into this figure because I'm about to crack him out of the box. Okay, I zoomed that in too far. Um, but yeah, I mean, well, we're about to get into it. I'm about to crack him out of the box, but from what I see, it's not a bad figure. But if Hasbro wasn't cheap and lazy, which at times they are, they could they could pull out stellar work because they've done it before. But in other things, they just I don't know what it is with Hasbro, but they just do boneheaded things sometimes. They're a great company. They make great figures because I have a lot of them, but you know. But let's get the enough talk. Let's get this figure out of the package. Get a better look at Mr. King Sphinx here. So let's do it. So here, King Sphinx is out of the packaging, um, and he's not a bad looking figure. So if you didn't know, this is what comes inside the box. This little Mighty Morphin background, which is, I mean, it could have just been an empty box, so that's nice. I always appreciate that. Sometimes I use it, and sometimes I don't. So King Sphinx out of the packaging. So this little squiggly thing here, I didn't really know how to put this on. I guess over time I'll keep practicing with it and see if I can put it on better. But these are two accessory pieces. This little squiggly thing, lightning or whatever you want to call it, or power effect. Let's go with that. It's a power effect. And then his cane, of course. You guys, cane there, and his wings is also an accessory because you can. Well, actually, you had to put the wings in, which I did, which they weren't really hard to put in. I guess I could pull it back out. Whoa! And his cane went flying. Damn, I gotta go pick that up. But yeah, so his wings can come out, and his wings are articulated. I'm gonna plug it back in there. Yeah. So I plugged it back in there, and I gotta go get his cane because it went flying. Yeah, so I got it. Yeah, so I don't really know how to do that effect piece with his cane's so great. I'll probably have to learn it over time. His so yeah, so like I said, his wings are accessories, which I okay, I guess. And these two alternate hands here, another grippy hand and a fisted hand. So that's appreciated as well. So let's get a closer look at Mr. King Sphinx. I think his face sculpt is good. I think they did very good with his face sculpt. I think it's good. I think the details of what they did with his costume is good. He, the design is really nice, and his face sculpt is good. It's good. They did very good with the sculpting. No question. They did very good. They did go with this piece here. It's a separate piece. They did go with that. They go with this muscle tone. They even put some shading in here, which is good. See his feet. See his feet there. That's good. His little knee pads, I guess. Which is good. Oh, and his tail is articulated. So that's appreciated. His tail is articulated. So that is nice. I should have said that for the articulation, but his wings are sculpted really nice. Yeah. Oh, I dropped his cane. Yeah, but really good. Really good. His wings are sculpted nice. It's really good. It's really, really good. So good job on King Sphinx, for sure. Well, since I already dropped his cane, I guess let's get into articulation. So his wings are articulated, which is nice. As you can see here, they're articulated. They can rotate. They can move in and out, up and down, left and right. His head, he can't really look up because of this piece. So no looking up for Mr. King Sphinx, but he's a big boy, so he don't need to look up that much. He can look down, barely. He does have attitude. Yep, he has attitude. Left, he can't really go that much to the right, but he can go to the left quite a bit. His arms can, minus some wings, it can go all the way around. Upper bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. And does he have a butterfly joint? Yes, he does. It's slight, but he does have a butterfly joint that goes in and out there. And he does have an upper wall peg joint in there. That's very good. And he does have an ab crunch, as you can see. Yep. All the way back, way front. And it can twist. It can twist all the way around in that upper ball peg. So, and he does have a wrist and hinge rotation. I'm trying to get it to bend. Okay, there we go. It bent a little bit there. And he could do the splits out about that much. He can kick forward about that much. He can kick back a nice decent amount. Upper thigh cut, yes indeed. Double jointed knees and no rotation in the calf, not that I can tell, but he does have a ball hinge rotation, so ankle pivot, and a nice hinge up about that much, down all the way. So pretty good articulation for Mr. King Sphinx, about what you'd expect, with a little few surprises in there a little bit. So that's pretty good. Well, by George, I think I've got it. I think I finally got how I'm supposed to do this cane, or close to it, because in the promotional box it probably look different from this, but if it does, well, this is just how I'm going to have them. This is how I'm going to display them. It's good enough. I think it's good enough. Oh, something I forgot to mention. He has that nice blue shading in his forearm there. I like that. So that's another detail that Hasbro put in there with some nice paint. That's really good. And yeah, I did mention the shading on his legs, but yeah, that is nice. That blue tint that they put in there, on his skin. I like that. I like it a lot. Now we're going to do some size comparison. So here he is next to Lord Zed, and that looks good. That looks really good. Here he is next to Goldar. So you know which one is bigger out of him and Goldar. And here he is next to the Green Ranger. So it just lets you know how big he is compared to the Power Rangers. So yeah. And I think that works. I mean, I think some people have a problem with that, saying that the monsters should be the same scale as the Power Rangers. I mean, I guess you can make that argument, as seeing as when you did watch the Power Ranger TV shows, some of the monsters were bigger than the Rangers, and then some of them weren't. So I don't. I actually like it. Me personally, I like it. I think it adds more dynamic to it. But you know, when these, normal teenagers, these Power Rangers, are going up against monsters that are bigger than them, it just, in my mind, it makes more sense that way. So I actually like it. I like it. And just for fun, here he is next to Lord Draken sitting in his throne chair. So that's just for fun. Move him over here. And here King Sphinx is, with Goldar, Lord Zed, and Lord Draken. And I think that looks cool. I think that looks awesome. So, like I said, Hasbro, bring on more monsters. I gotta get the pumpkin rapper next. He's next on my list. I gotta get pumpkin rapper. Excuse me, pumpkin rapper. But yeah, this is dope. Yeah, I'm feeling this. Yeah, so my final thoughts on pumpkin rapper. I say that this is a pickup. Yes, definitely. If you're a Power Rangers fan, you're a fan, of having the monsters from the Power Rangers to go in your collection with your Power Rangers. I definitely say that this is worth the pickup, even though the lack of paint is a pain in the ass from Hasbro because they didn't have to skimp out. But on the paint that is there, it works. On the paint that they did add, which is not a lot, but the paint that they did add is still enough to warrant this figure for pickup. And you can get them on the cheap too. You can find them. Like this is a $30 figure. I didn't pay $30. I paid less than that. And then I also found some sellers who were selling him for even less than what I paid. So I'm kind of a little annoyed by that because I could have got him for even less. But nonetheless, I am still happy that I got him. Yeah, I say that this figure is worth a pickup. So I'd say definitely pick him up if you're a Power Rangers fan and if you want to add some monsters to your collection. Yeah, definitely pick him up. Give him a go. King Sphinx. So that's been my review, guys. And till next time, it's morphin time.